In tournament Scrabble, expert players aspire to learn as many words as possible from 2 to 8 letters in length. With tens of thousands of obscure words to learn, only a handful of elite grandmasters dare to go any deeper. One of those is the multi-time North American champion, Dave Wiegand, whose word knowledge comes the closest to rivaling Nigel Richards himself. Dave's incredible command of 9-letter words and beyond adds a dimension to his game that few others share, and today I'm going to highlight my favorite long word bingos from Dave's impressive career. First up, we have this game from 2010, in which Dave gets out to a quick early lead and extends it with his highest scoring bingo, after which his opponent plays Relaxin' for 28. With the first blank in hand, the majority of expert players would quickly play Flavors for 97 with a blank O and consider the game to be essentially locked up. However, there is one higher scoring and much tougher find to be made here, and Dave being Dave, he spots it. Lifesaver through disconnected tiles for 106 points, spanning 2 double word scores. Just a gorgeous find that few would stop to look for here. A few rounds earlier in the very same tournament, Dave is facing a small deficit in the early going against longtime top expert Steve Palatnik, and with the ugly WU combination on his rack and an open triple lane to work with, the play of Rit stands out as an obvious choice, breaking up his WU combo and scoring a very solid 33 points while using the scoring spot. So what does Dave do here instead? Into the DE already on the board, he spots his only playable bingo of Ultra Wide for 78 points. Karma swiftly rewards him as Steve dumps vowels with Aloe and Dave draws balanced bingo tiles and triple triples through the open lane that most would have blocked with Ensnarer for 131 en route to a huge win. Next up, against Mike Barron, who was Nigel Richards' opponent in the legendary Hyarnets game, Dave is locked in a close battle and once again has the clunky WU combination on his rack, which stops him from having any playable 7 or 8 letter bingos despite holding the first blank. Does Dave stop to cry about it? No, but what he does do is Caterwaul for 74 points with a blank C, his only playable bingo. Although Mike quickly pluralizes it for 80 points and battles his way to a close win, this is still another fantastic find by Dave. Facing elite Grandmaster Kenji Matsumoto, Dave is facing an 100-point deficit holding too many consonants. He plays Till to set up his S, which Kenji blocks by playing Aw. Dave then draws the vowels he needs to play Agrestic for 86, though after Kenji's Muon for 19, he's still solidly ahead on a very closed board. Dave draws the first blank, and there's no room for Rainbow to fit on this board, nor are there any 8-letter bingos available. Most players would score with something like Bye and hope for better luck next turn. But Dave instead plays the stunning Bralia for 76, vaulting into the lead and eventually completing an improbable comeback in this game. At the 2009 North American Championship, Dave faces fellow top expert Joey Malik, who is poised to bingo in several spots. If Joey plays Soda Light, Dave would be able to answer with Eructate, whereas if Joey plays Isolated vertically, Dave would have Ulcerate in response. Joey wisely picks his safest and best option of Isolated horizontally, which is a great defensive play. It does in fact deny Dave any opportunity to play 8-letter bingos here. Most players would look to score as well as possible on the bottom of the board with a play like Recut for 32, which does give a dangerous triple lane back to Joey. However, Dave now has a much more obscure bingo possibility, which, of course, he finds Curettage for a 65-point 9-letter bingo. It's a huge swing in this game that propels him to a hard-fought victory, and he needed every last one of those victories to edge out Nigel Richards for the championship that year. In this 2010 game against Ruth Hamilton, Dave is in good shape, up by roughly 100 and with solid scoring plays like Nib available for 28 to extend his lead. Ruth responds with Sultrier for 61 to trim the deficit somewhat, and with 2 sets of duplicated tiles on a closed board, Dave doesn't appear to have anything inspiring available. Well, appearances can be deceiving as he makes the gorgeous find of the 10-letter extension play of arctangent for 95 points, reaching the lower right triple. Another mind-blowing play from the man they call Dr. Bing. Finally, at the 2018 Crescent City Cup from New Orleans, Dave and top expert Evans Clinchey face off in a pivotal battle in the final round to decide the champion. Trailing by 7, but holding the first blank, Dave has a slew of playable bingos here, including one that I would expect most top experts to find in Dowagers for 83. I was privileged to be in the commentary booth for the play Dave actually ended up making here, Gassometer, as a 9-letter triple-triple for 131 points, by far his best play, and a play that propels him to one of his 5 Crescent City Cup victories. You never know when Dave is liable to make an absolutely incredible find, which makes him a very entertaining player to watch. And not only will you be able to watch Dave and a slew of other elite experts, as well as one washed-up YouTuber, battle it out at the Albany July 4th tournament in just a couple weeks' time, but Nigel Richards himself will also be attending this year. And before the main event, there's going to be an additional best-of-15 match between Nigel and defending world champion Adam Logan in a rematch of the 2025 Westpac Finals. I'm thrilled to share that Josh Sokol and I will be on the call for this event, the first ever WESPA Word War between these two legends, and I will put more information in the video description and the comments about where to watch and additional ways you can support this incredible match. As always, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.